The lovely Sewrena reached out to me saying the dress that she's making, the print on the fabric she wants to have on her heels. So I thought this would be a perfect way to show you how to paint on heels to have a perfectly matching outfit. Let me show you what we're working on. Sewrena let me know that this is her favorite heel, and I can understand why because we happen to be the same size. So she said that I could try it on, and it is so comfortable. Like, LifeStride, please sponsor us. Here you're getting free advertising because the heel is really, really comfortable and a modern heel that looks vintage. So this is a nice blank canvas that we'll be working on. Some shoe action. Da, da, da. And let me show you the fabric swatch that was sent to me. So this is the fabric design, and I did a little sketch here. Let me move you. The placement of my sketch, this is where I would want this little portion of the print. I want this little vine to be on the top of the heel, and then from the fabric swatch I want this side portion to be on the side of the heel. So when walking, there'll be a 360 design of the artwork, and I've never done something like this before, so I'm no expert, but I figured we could figure it out together. I used avocado, chocolate, and dirt yellow to make sure I had the right color. It was really important to me to make sure I had the exact color from the fabric swatch. I use a 2-part hardening to mix the colors. I use very little of this, and I'll show you, and the 4 satin coat for when I was finished, and of course white for mixing the paint. Once I had the right color of yellow, I dipped my brush into the 2-part hardening and I mixed it together, and I noticed this paint dries really fast, so I had to work in small batches, and I marked the placement to where I would want the vine to go around the heel, and I did that all around. And I was feeling a little nervous. This is quite permanent, so if I messed up, it's gonna be on the heel, and I can't do that to Sewrena. I would never. So once I marked down the heel, I put a little lo-fi music on. I found this adorable capybara in a little pond, and that gave me all the courage that I needed to get started. I painted on 1 flower petal at a time. I did the base coat color, so that would be the darkest color of the flower petal, and then once I finished all the shapes of the flowers, I went in with a lighter yellow to add some dimensions to the petal so it wouldn't be so 2D. Having a lot of dimensions in tones and colors is always going to add some values to what you're painting on, so always take your time and add as much of the dark tones and light tones as possible. And then once I went in with the light tones, finished that, I made a darker tone with the avocado and mixed in with the yellow, outlined a little of each petal, mostly focusing on the center and then moving around the petal. Again, this paint dried really quickly, so I had to work in small batches, and it reminded me of using acrylic, which even when I painted on canvases, I would use oil paint because I'm such a slow painter. Take your time, and I'm sure what you're working on is going to turn out really beautiful. That's 1 section down and so many more to go. For this type of design, you just repeat the steps. Add the base color, highlights, and then the darker shades, and then just keep repeating from there. Sorry, my phone tassel kept swinging in the view, but here's all the flowers done around the heel, and now it's time for the vine. My version of the vine has a little more dimension to it. I think it's okay. It looks similar to the fabric swatch. I tried to go up and down the center of the vine to make the vines more spread out. There's 1 shoe done, all the vines. It's looking so pretty. For the second shoe, I don't want to do the repeated pattern on the same size, so I want the pattern to mirror it. So for this big flower, I want it on this side instead of it being the same direction on this side. I think that would make the design more complex, so that way they could just mirror each other. I wish I could just wave my wand and go bing, done. This did hurt my brain a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And trying to work in as a mirror in the design was hard. I tried to flip the image, taking a picture of it, and that didn't really work, so I just had to work side by side as I was painting to look at the other heel to try to replicate the design. It's not perfect at all. I did give myself some grace for not replicating it completely. There's definitely some vines where it wasn't on the first one. Sisters, not twins. Maybe distant cousins, but they're definitely related. Little reminder to please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Are you going to try painting on your shoes? And the last step in this process was to add a satin coat, and I did do this after a full day of letting it dry completely. So I waited about 24 hours before I added that satin coat all around the flowers and vines, and I did add a second coat, just, what the heck, why not? I showed Sewrena the completed shoe, and she convinced me to add my signature on the heels. I originally didn't want to mess up the design, but I added to the back so it wasn't so noticeable. And here is the reveal of the hand-painted heels. I love how these heels turned out. It was relatively a quick project too. If you try painting on heels after watching this tutorial, I would love to see. Please tag me at Jenny Dame. I would love to see what you create. And Sewrena shared this picture of her completed outfit, and she is so gorgeous. So happy I could make this for her, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.